Now joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is a friend of the program, a former Cougar. He is making us proud in the NFL. His name is Fred Warner. Fred, welcome back to BYU Sports Nation.
Man, great to be back. How you guys doing?
We are good, but probably not as good as you. I've been joking with our producer, Ben Bagley. Oh, we've been trying to get Fred on all year, and then we finally get you on 2 days after you beat my Seahawks when the playoffs are on the line. So congratulations on the win. I'm especially happy for you, but not for my Seahawks.
Man, thank you. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure they still are in the playoff hunt, so you still got that. Don't worry.
I can have the best of both worlds. I can have you succeed and my Seahawks win.
There you go.
Yeah. So how's your rookie season going? You've piled up 105 tackles, which is top 20 in the NFL. Obviously, you want a little more success with your team, but how's it going for you?
For me, it's been pretty good. You know, like you said, we haven't had the season that we wanted, of course, and so that makes it kind of tough. But individually, I feel like, I always say that before the season, I didn't really see myself having as big of a role. I mean, I did and I didn't. I wanted as big the role I have, but I just wasn't sure, just the way the depth chart and the people I had in front of me. So, I got my opportunity and I kind of just ran with it, and it's been great ever since. So,
Fred, what would you say is the biggest difference between NFL and the talent that you're facing week in, week out, versus your college season and college career?
Yeah, I think you kind of said it, like, about the talent you're facing week in and week out. Every single team, like, the talent difference on every team is very small, if any difference. I feel like any week a team could win, and I think you kind of see that every week. Teams beating different teams, and that just means that your level of preparation and the level of detail that goes into every single week is amplified. So, I feel like that's been the biggest change, is my level of preparation that goes in every day, and for getting ready for that opponent.
105 tackles this season. You talked about how you wanted a big role, and you have had one as the middle linebacker for the Niners. So what has led to your success this season, Fred?
I just feel like from early on, obviously, I'd never played middle linebacker or given calls before. And so the thing that kind of helped me early on in training camp and OTAs and in the season was kind of just making sure I was learning things as quick as I could. And, I wasn't making the same mistake twice. And I feel like that's what kind of hurts guys a lot, or not guys, but like kind of rookies in general. Because the game is a lot faster at this level compared to college. Everybody's just fast. Even like the offensive line is fast. All the tight ends are fast. So you can't really just rely on your athletic ability. So putting in that film study, being in your book, and like I said, not making the same mistake twice, and just continuing to get better and better every single day. That's what's kind of helped me.
So, Fred, I didn't realize this until just now this morning. As the middle linebacker, you have the green dot on your helmet. You get the speaker, and you receive the defensive calls. What's that process like? And, I mean, how is it to have a mic and somebody talking to you, while you're trying to prepare for the next play?
Yeah, it's cool, actually. To kind of break it down, I mean, it's not that complicated. I'm just out there, and like you said, I have the dot on the back of my helmet, so there's a mic in there. My DC, he'll just what's the word? He'll press a little button on his mic set, and then he'll just tell the call to me, and I have to give it to the rest of the defense. If I need to tell the rest of the defense something that he wants to tell them, he'll just obviously have to go through me to get to them. But sometimes, he'll be trying to like tell me, a bunch of different things, and I'm trying to just get myself lined up. And I'll just have to like turn over. I'll have to turn to him and just like wave my arm like, no, stop, like try and get him to stop. But
shut up. Now, what's the rule?
I don't want to tell him shut up.
He can't hear Fred, right? He can't hear you, or can he?
So that's the thing. Like,
it's just a speaker.
yeah, early on I would unknowingly like just try and talk back to him. Even though I knew he couldn't hear me, it would happen by habit, and I think I still do sometimes. But I mean, sometimes the mic cuts out for some reason, and I can't hear him, or they're going fast on the ball, and I have to have a play ready just to yell out to the defense to get them lined up.
Wow.
And sometimes I may even like override him. Not as much, but if he might give a call out late and then try and change it last minute, and I'm just like, you know what, it's too late. So they're getting lined up. I'm just going to keep it where it was. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with the mic, and I think I just have to prepare that much harder every week just to make sure I'm the most prepared out there to get everybody lined up.
You always want to make sure you have your helmet, of course, because it fits your head. But you, of all people, have to have your helmet, right? Like, you know where that thing is at all times.
Oh, at all times, yeah. That's the money right there. You can't drop that.
One of my favorite moments at BYU as the sideline reporter was seeing against UCF in 2011. BYU gets an interception. I think Kyle Van Noy tips the ball, and Jake Keeps cannot find his helmet. He cannot find his helmet before they go out. I can't remember if they called a timeout, but yeah, we're talking to Fred Warner, the 49ers middle linebacker. When was playing in the NFL a goal for you, Fred, and what's it like to live that out?
Man, I think it was a goal just from when I was a little kid. I feel like everybody kind of dreams and wants to attain that goal. It kind of started becoming more real when I got to college, and probably just like my sophomore, junior year, I started to figure out like, okay, I think this could be a reality. And so I just continued to work even harder and harder, to become the best player I could and put good stuff on tape and just be a good teammate. So, and then it finally happened.
So Fred, we all come to that point where we start to see our goals to become realistic, and we say, you know what, this is a real opportunity. I really have a chance here. And you start to change the way you do things in routine, just like you alluded to. When other players, get that aha moment in their college careers, what advice would you give them in order to do the things that they need to attain the goal of getting to the NFL?
That's a good question. I feel like I always say that you got to be different. And what I mean by you got to be different is, a lot of the guys, everybody's always going to want to do just like the bare minimum. Everybody's going to want to just do the team lifts. Everybody's going to watch the tape when you're in your positional meeting. And so by being different, you got to be able to, when people are going out or, wanting to do something else besides, go in the weight room or go run extra sprints or, it sounds cheesy, but like those are literally the things that you got to do to separate yourself, because if you're doing what everybody else is doing, then you're just going to be, when it comes to game day, you're just going to perform like everybody else can perform. But you got to be able to separate yourself from everybody else on the tape. So when an NFL scout or GM pulls up the tape, they're literally just seeing you on every single play. So being different, that's probably what I'd say.
Preach.
Being different.
Preach.
I love it. Let's wrap with this. How do you feel your brother Troy has played at safety this year, and what do you think of the 2018 BYU football season?
Yeah, I think he's done well. Early on, I think he kind of probably started a little slower because of the foot, and he had to try and gain his confidence back in that. But I feel like every single game he's gotten better, and towards the end of the season, especially when I came and watched him play in person, I was really happy with how he was doing. And so I'm really, really excited for obviously the bowl game, to watch him for that last game of this season, but also going into a senior season. And I feel like just as a team this year, we've done some really good things. Obviously, like being with Wisconsin at Wisconsin, and we've dropped the ball in some of the games, which in the future we just got to be able to put some of those away and win the close ones. But overall, I feel like we've had a pretty good season. Obviously, coming off of my senior year where we didn't even get to go to a bowl game, so that's obviously a huge success.
Well, you look good in red. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but you do look good in red. And we appreciate the time, Fred, and good luck against the Bears this Sunday.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Our thanks to Fred Warner, who joined us on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future. Love Fred Warner.
Yes.
He's having a great rookie season.
Yeah, man. He's, representing for BYU in a time where we needed the most.
And unfortunately beat my Seahawks on
Yes.
Sunday.